They're replacing us. They're replacing us. They're taking over. Oh my God, they're taking over. Bro, chill. Chill, relax. Why are white men so angry nowadays? Or have y'all always been angry? Like, what are y'all so upset about? Y'all still dominate the workforce. Y'all still dominate managerial and CEO positions and upper management positions. Y'all still hold a good portion of wealth. What are y'all so angry about nowadays? Right? Listen, if you're so worried about other groups of people replacing you, then have babies. This is what I don't understand. Have a flipping baby then. Have a bunch of them little mofos then. Oh, right. Oh, the economy. Yeah, right. Yo, the same goes for everybody? The economy doesn't let you have any kids, huh? Okay. Right, listen. I'm starting to realize that white men are wrong are upset at the wrong people. And probably for generations, they've always been upset about the wrong people. I keep hearing this talking about the white replacement theory. I keep hearing, the immigrants are replacing us. Dude, nobody would be replacing you if you would have more kids. But instead, you online jacking Nick Fuentes off. Instead, you online on your knees for Fresh and Fit, for Myron Gaines. Instead, you're soaking up all of this hatred instead of getting out here and knocking up some shit. Right? And then also, here's another thing. I've talked to countless white women. And here's the truth of the matter, man. Here's the truth of the matter. And it's not just white women. It's most American women. But white women in particular, especially younger white women, they don't want to have kids. This is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of the white boys. They don't want to have kids. Why? They don't like the world that they live in. They don't like their parents. They don't like kids. It's impeding their freedom. They just don't want another mouth to feed. Economic, just all kinds. It's many different reasons. However, some of it leads to some of the same things, but they just don't want to have kids. But instead of getting down to the root of that problem, white men point the finger at everybody else. It's the blacks, the Mexicans. Oh my God, they're producing too many kids. It's the Mexicans. They point the finger at everybody else but themselves. The fact of the matter is, y'all stop producing. The women don't want to have kids. The majority of white women, especially younger white women, childbearing age, are liberal. I've been saying this for years. The majority of white women in America, in much of the West, I would say 60 to 70%, probably higher, of childbearing white women are liberal. They're not conservative. They don't want to be up in the kitchen making you a sandwich. They don't want to get hit upside the head. They don't want to get knocked up barefoot and pregnant. They just don't want that. So instead of tackling those issues of why those women, a good portion, good majority, don't want to be laid up, having kids, be cooking you a meal or what have you, instead of tackling that issue, we get this. We get the attacks on immigrants. We get the attacks on unnecessary attacks on black. We get Nick Fuentes, old fruity ass, right? We get all of these fake conservatives, right? We get all of these fake conservative podcasts, bro, who many of them they married 304s, right? They became stepdaddies. Things that they said that they were against. Oh, you shouldn't marry no single mother. Didn't that's how Fresh and Fit pop off? Ain't that how Fresh and Fit popped off? Right? Don't marry no single mother. Don't deal with no single mother. I can't stand single mothers. You shouldn't be with no single mother. Isn't that how Fresh and Fit started off? Didn't the chick that Fresh get caught up with, wasn't she not only a 304, but didn't she have a son too? If I'm not mistaken, didn't she already have a kid? Right? I may be mistaken. Wasn't one of those chicks he was dealing with already had a kid? I may be mistaken. But either way, these niggas were dealing with 304s in the first place. All of these chicks are 304s. Right? So if you want to fix the birth issue, if you want to fix the birth rate issue, then by all means, get your ass married and pop out some kids. But here's the reality that you have to deal with. Nobody don't owe you shit. Just like nobody else don't owe anybody else anything. See, this is when a lot of y'all start to get entitled. You think that you deserve a piece of punani. You think that you deserve reproduction. You don't deserve shit. Welcome to the real world, where the women get to choose whatever dick they want to hop on, my boy. If she want to hop on a BBC and she want to be a mud shark, let her be a mud shark. Y'all want to get online, oh, that's a mud shark. We don't want those, ninja. You didn't qualify in the first place. You didn't qualify in the first place. Calling somebody a mud, you never qualified. But y'all get an adrenaline rush out of doing things like that. Y'all get an adrenaline rush out of downing people. Y'all get a pleasure. Y'all get a pleasure out of keeping everybody else down or trying to make everybody else feel bad because of your lack thereof. Have more kids, my boy. The world is your oyster, my boy. Why you want all white babies? Then hey, go and have white babies. But here's the thing, most of y'all are hypocrites. Y'all are not going out here and having babies. For one reason or another, y'all are not economically stable. Just like many other men, y'all are not economically stable to be out here having children. Right? So, looks like to me that maybe your government is the problem. Looks like to me that your administration may be the problem. Looks like to me that you were fed a load of bull crap. Looks like to me your enemy is probably not overseas, but indeed here in Washington, D.C. But many of y'all don't want to believe that. You want to believe that there's an outside source that is the enemy. Getting hot up here. Let me turn the AC on. You want to believe that there's an outside enemy that's actually the problem, when in reality, it's not. You may be the problem. White women may be the problem. That may indeed be the problem. And until you fix that, well, you're just going to go down this trajectory of quote unquote being replaced. But in reality, it's just a lack thereof. It's not only just happening in the United States, it's also happening in the West. I mean, in Europe as well. So you might want to have that conversation with your fellow white woman counterparts. Why aren't you popping out babies? Why aren't you getting knocked up? And here's the ruthless truth. Many of them just don't want to have white babies. This may be a hard pill for many of you to swallow, but this is the after pill. You're going to have to swallow this pill. Pause, no diddy. You're going to have to swallow this pill, but this is the truth. See, we gotta wake the white boys up too, because they're stuck in the matrix. They're stuck in the matrix for real. That's all they know is the matrix. But as soon as you swallow this truth, the better off you'll be. And the truth is, many of them don't want to have white babies. They don't want to produce another you. Because in reality, and I'm speaking from experience and what I've been told. In reality, many of them hate you. They hate what you stand for. They hate what you've, or not you, but they hate what your ancestors have done to the world. They don't want to produce another you. And many of you're going to get in the comment section, man, you don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about, Willis? You don't, all right, yeah, all right. You don't have to accept it, but it's the truth. You can see the birth rate decline. I'm telling you from what I've heard from white women. I've actually, you know what's so crazy? I've even helped you ninjas out. I've helped you ninjas. I told this girl is married. White girl, blonde chick, right? Married to presumably a white guy. And we were talking about children. And I was like, she's about 28, 29. And I asked her, like, dang, when you going to have some children? And she gave me that same face that many other women give me. When you mention children, she gave me that face. And I was like, oh, crap. Oh, crap. And I was like, what's up? What, you don't want to have children? She's like, no. I don't have an interest in children. I don't want to produce any children. And I'm like, why? I was like, I hate kids. I don't want kids. I don't want to produce any kids. And I was like, what your man thinks about that? What your fiance, husband thinks about that? And she was just like, yeah, he wants kids, but he may not get any. And I'm just like, oh man. And many of these chicks are allegedly a Christian, allegedly, conservative or whatever. But, like I told y'all, I don't believe there to me, there's no such thing as a conservative woman in America. Not in my opinion. Not under 50, for sure. No. Even the elderly women are, it's not real. They're not real conservatives. They're fakers, fraudsters, pretenders, right? They just regurgitate things that their husbands say. But in reality, most of these chicks are feminists. Some on the low end, some on the high end. Trust and believe me, I've seen it all. But anyway, but this is not the first time that I've heard this. I've heard this many times, like from young women, right, under 30 specifically. And I've met plenty of women. I've met one chick. She has to be around 32, 33. Another white woman, right, and she's married, and her husband have no children. A guy that I work with, white guy, he's married. He's in his 40s. No children. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to see a trend here. Just maybe. It is the white people that are eradicating themselves. I don't know. Listen, don't shoot the messenger. It may seem like that white people are eradicating themselves. Now, this is not a video for white hate or anything like that. We don't do hate over here. We just tell the truth. I tell the truth about ninjas. I tell the truth about white people. I tell the truth about the immigrants. Okay? But listen, nobody's coming to give you the game. Nobody's coming to give you the sauce. Nobody's going to give you the real deal Holyfield, but the after pill. And this is what I'm giving y'all. Stop blaming everybody else. It ain't gonna do you no good. Because the fact still remain that the population is dwindling. The fact still remain that white women are not having babies. The fact still remain that many white guys are fucking incels and they lean into racism when they can't get what they want to. The fact still remains. So, Brad, you best to get to reproducing. Or you may have to go the route that the black man gotta go. You may have to go the route that the black man can't go, because black women don't belong to black men either. White women don't belong to the white men either. You may have to go the black man route, which is you're gonna have to create your dynasty with other groups of women. Listen, Don't shoot me. Shoot. I'm not. Listen. I'm just a messenger, and that's an after pill. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I built a life. I built a family. I worked my hands raw to get here, and I'm not done. This is the escape blueprint. PFP life. A way out of the grind and into control. You'll learn how I stack cash, build systems, and reclaim time so you can live on your own terms. You will watch me maneuver and grind towards the life that I achieve for myself, and you can also do the same. Join the circle, join the Patreon, learn the steps, and protect your freedom. The Escape Blueprint, PFP Life.